We finally got to test drive this car in the desert, in the wadis, in the mountains, on the road. The all-new, long-awaited Toyota Prado. In the desert, we did have some difficulties with the front being too soft. Talking about ground clearance, I think it's clear over here. There's a lot of impact on the bash plate that it has. Now, that bash plate is doing a good job, but it's not strong enough to stay there for a long time. But in the wadis is where it does wonders. And I am quite impressed with how the suspension system works in the mountains mostly. This thing has its stability control disconnected at the moment, and you guys can see the flex. Toyota has come up with something really nice in some of their models. Now, this bumper is not one piece. This bumper comes in 3 pieces. So let's say, for instance, you're in the desert and you hit something, you have a collision with a dune, with the rocks, with whatever it is that you're doing while you're off-roading. You can separately replace these pieces. Now, this is 1 piece, this is 2 pieces, and this is the 3rd piece. Over here, you have this space between the fender and the bumper. Why is this here? This is because if you hit a bush or scratch it against anything, you don't need to replace the fender. This is a protection from getting scratched on the body. The logo that used to be on everywhere of the car doesn't exist anymore. The only area where you see the badge is the wheels. This kind of tells you that it's a Toyota if you don't know how to read the Toyota in written on the front bumper and the back of the car. So over here we have a 2.4 liter turbo engine mated to an 8-speed transmission, producing around 260 horsepower with 420-ish Newton meters of torque. 2025, you're paying 260-ish thousand dirhams for this trim, and Toyota gives you this. Toyota, you could have done better. I mean, how much does gas struts cost? You have your ECU sitting over here, which is nice, away from the heat, but heat is a big enemy for this kind of plastic. So in time, I think all these pipings, covers need to be replaced. Your turbo is sitting down there. You need to know that turbo needs to cool down after pushing it when you're off-roading. Even when you're normally driving it, it's good to have temperature cool down and then turn your car off. Now, I don't know about you guys, but at the launch, we had a different edition called the Launch Edition where it had the round headlights. I like that more than this. A lot of people have been criticizing Toyota being very boxy, saying that they've copied the Defender, they've copied the Jetour, they've copied the Tank, I don't know what not. But Toyota has always been making boxy cars. It was the 100 series Land Cruiser that made them shift and become a bit smoother and softer. Then you had the 200 series and the 300 series Land Cruiser. But over here, Toyota brought back some of its history. Now, looking at this car, you can get a lot of features that were done previously on Toyota model cars. I like the fact that they have a roof rail on there. You have your side steps over here. Makes it very easy to get in and out of the car. Let's say you accessorize your car and you have a roof rack over here. You can either have that or replace it with something that you have modified yourself. There's a sea of modifications that you can do. They've already started this in America because they've got this car as the Land Cruiser 250 over there. We have it as the Prado. Now, you might think these side mirrors are super big, but they're actually very good because you have a clear vision, especially if you're towing a trailer in the back, and that's what they've thought about. When you're out here in the bush, you pass through a lot of tight areas where things hit this, even though it's electronic, easily goes back without it getting damaged. So we have here 18-inch wheels fitted with all-terrain tires. They come with 265/65 18s. As being a true off-road vehicle, you have a full-size spare tire on this. Now you might think, being a Prado, it's all quiet and peaceful inside. I think that's pretty loud for a 4-cylinder turbo. Now, after putting the car through all the tests we did today, I think, in my opinion, this 4-cylinder is pretty powerful, but the V6 would have been a different beast.